Have you looked at the different types of schools available in Charleston County and your head just started spinning trying to understand it all? If you'll give me just a few minutes, I'll help you make sense of the different options available to you in the Charleston County school system. And I'll help you figure out the perfect school for your child. If you'd like a list of resources to help you with that search, just comment schools below and I'll shoot one over to you. Hey, I'm Stella Tootin, and I know just a little bit about life in Charleston. I've been here 20 years, back before many of the options available to you guys now, where they were just a gleam in the eye of some of the administrators. Understanding the options as they were being developed and trying to decide which school my kids should attend, it was really hard, and it was time consuming and a lot of trial and error. And now that I've lived here and sold real estate for so many years, I can give you an insider glimpse into understanding the schools here, so you don't have to do the trial and error thing yourself. So let's dive into the very complex world of the education system here in Charleston. And let me start out by saying that I am familiar with all of these very complicated things, and it still took me 3 hours to compile information to run through with y'all. So I can imagine you are completely overwhelmed as you're reading through the Charleston County School District's website. So hang in there, hang with me while I break it down. All right, the Charleston area is made up of a number of school districts, and each has its own idiosyncrasies. I'm going to give you a little insight into CCSD, or Charleston County School District, just for ease of this. If you guys want, I can dig into the surrounding areas, Dorchester, Dorchester 2, and Berkeley in another talk. Just let me know. So back where I grew up, if you lived on Shady Lane Circle, you went to R.L. Young. That's the way the zones were drawn, and that's what you did. But in Charleston, it's a little more complicated. We are made up of neighborhood schools, magnet schools, and charter schools. And we even have virtual schools and accelerated learning options. And each of these types of schools has its own options inside the options. And many of the options are offered at each level of the learning process, so elementary, middle, and high school. It can be overwhelming and it can be confusing. We have the neighborhood schools, and you know how those work, but the other schools are traditionally offered through a lottery, and some of them require you to meet specific requirements. Start with neighborhood schools. That's just old school zoning. You live in Bell Hall, you go to Bell Hall Elementary, and that's an easy one. However, inside some of these neighborhood schools is a CD, or Child Development Program. This is basically a state-funded preschool program, and some of the CD programs have an income verification process. Some don't. Not all neighborhood schools offer a CD program, so if that's important to you, you'll need to ensure that your local school has the program. Now, the next thing we have is Charleston County Charter Schools. A charter is a public school that operates with freedom from many of the local and state regulations that apply to traditional schools. They have a board of trustees that helps oversee the school operations, and some charter schools have a focus area. Allegro focuses on music, while Charleston Charter Math and Science focuses on math and science, you guessed it. And inside of James Island Charter High School, there's even an International Baccalaureate program. An IB program is a 2-year program in high school, and it's generally well regarded by colleges. All students in the Charleston County are eligible to apply for Charleston County Charter Schools. And just because that seemed fairly cut and dry, there are also charter schools that are under the jurisdiction of the state. That means that ultimately anyone in the entire state can apply to attend. However, we know that it is unlikely that someone from Greenville may want to attend a non-boarding school in the Low Country. But in the Charleston area, that means that your competition for enrollment is anyone that is capable of driving to the location daily. In Charleston, there are a handful of these schools. Magnet schools. Magnet schools in general have a theme or a focus. These themes can be creative arts or math and science. They can even follow a Montessori model or be military focused. There's a wide spectrum. Magnet schools are broken down into countywide magnets and constituent zone magnets. For countywide magnets, again, all students in Charleston County can apply. Some of these schools do not have an admissions requirement. You just apply and you hope your number is pulled from the lottery. Some of them do have an admissions requirement. For example, academic magnet. There are standardized tests and grade requirements, as well as other requirements like a math and writing test. Or, for the School of the Arts, you have to do an audition. Folks that play instruments or dance will have to perform, and visual arts will have to prepare a portfolio. Okay, take a deep breath. Constituent zoned magnets are next. All right, so CCSD is so big that it is broken down into a number of different constituent districts that are generally geographically located. For example, Constituent Zone 10 is made up of all the West Ashley schools that fall within its borders. All schools, neighborhood, charter, and magnet, are part of the constituent district. Most constituent district magnets have defined attendance zones. They're basically neighborhood schools with smaller attendance zones. But the schools also have additional seats that they open up to the other people in the constituent area, not the whole county. So, unless you live in constituent zone 10, you are unable to apply for a constituent zone magnet in that zone. It's kind of confusing. So these two tend to have a focus or a theme: advanced studies magnet, creative arts magnets, or math and science magnets. We even have Montessori constituent magnets. Our alternative schools can offer homebound learning options, as well as schools that are in partnership between families, agencies, communities, and the school. These schools focus on addressing a student's academic, behavioral, and mental health needs so that they can return to their home schools. You can apply for both constituent and countywide magnet schools through the lottery system. CCSD offers various centers for advanced studies. These options are located inside of neighborhood schools, and their focus is to bridge the gap between high school and college, providing technical skills and training beyond the high school level. These programs allow students to maintain enrollment in their home high school while taking specialized courses for high school credit or dual credit. The advanced study schools are open to allowing students from other schools to attend their programs. They also offer advanced learning in technical trades like welding and auto mechanics, as well as things like IT, supply chain logistics, and even media arts and cybersecurity. And finally, CCSD offers a virtual school option for those of you that choose to or need to homeschool. That's a quick overview of the types of school that CCSD offers. Follow me and I'll post some more information on how to choose which one is the perfect one for you. It's another bug that landed on me. I hope that was helpful. If you'd like some more insights, comment schools below and I'll get some information right over to you. In the meantime, have a great day. Thanks.